Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, March 28th. My name is Alan, and I want to welcome you to my Spiritual Growth Through Recovery podcast. The purpose of these videos is to grow my spirituality by following the AA program of recovery, and I do that by being honest, vulnerable, and accountable, which is basically why I make the videos. I'm not an expert in AA, recovery, or spirituality, just sharing my experience on this journey. The recipe for these videos is that we read through the daily reading in the AA Daily Reflections book. I will share my take on how I process that reading, and then share any other struggles, gratitude, successes, those kind of things. Anyway, hope your week is going well so far, and we'll dig into this. The topic for today's podcast is going to be equality and perception. All right. Once again, Tuesday, March 28th. Equality. Our membership ought to include all who suffer from alcoholism. Hence, we may refuse none who wish to recover, nor AA membership ever depend upon money or conformity. Any 2 or 3 alcoholics gathered together for sobriety may call themselves an AA group, provided that, as a group, they have no other affiliation. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 563. Prior to AA, I often felt that I didn't fit in with the people around me. Usually they had less money than I did, and my points of view didn't jibe with theirs. The amount of prejudice I had experienced in society only proved to me just how phony some self-righteous people were. After joining AA, I found the way of life I had been searching for. In AA, no member is better than any other member. We're just alcoholics trying to recover from alcoholism. All right. I think the main topic there was the whole idea of fitting in. Never did I imagine that I would fit in around a bunch of drunks. I mean, I spent my whole life trying to feel like I fit in, and how much I changed what I said I was interested in and probably got interested in, and my viewpoints on things to conform with all kinds of different groups. Really not being myself. And that was something I always struggled with. So always trying to fit in everywhere, and I fit in nowhere. And that's really, but I get into the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous, and I hear people share their experience, what they're going through, their struggles, and I can relate. I'm like, oh my God, I can relate to that. And I can relate to that. Oh my God, that's me. So I can definitely, relate to this reading from that part of it. And I like that if you just have a desire to quit using drinking or using drugs or drinking, you're welcome. Because I do have a desire, even though I've relapsed so many times. Right? It talks about being no better or worse than anyone else. Even I struggle with that because I've relapsed so many times that I kind of feel less than everybody else, because from my view, they are all successful in recovery and I'm a failure because I can't get it together. But I still go, and I'm still plugging away and still not going to give up. So that was my take on that reading. Now, another topic I want to talk about is just the idea of perception. So I went to New York to visit a friend this weekend, and I've been pretty discontent with my life. And so my whole goal of the weekend was to just step back, observe, surrender, and then just see what I process. So just on the flight over there, I came to I felt a lot of peace just over the 5-6 hours of travel getting to New York. And then getting there, with my friend, we would just share where we're at in life. And part of my whole journey is self-honesty. So being honest about what I've been going through, as I'm talking to him, I just shared, man, I'm struggling. There's so much in my life I don't like. And after the more we talked, I realized it's all my perception. He tells me, and I've heard this a lot of times, people, man, your life must be great. Oh my God, look how much you have going for you. I have a great job, a great girl, good relationships. I have my health. I don't struggle for money, even though I feel like I need more of it. And I've just had so many cool experiences. Why do I see my life as so bad? How much I don't enjoy it. I seldom see my life as being good. I'm always looking at where I'm insufficient, right? So I started realizing it's my perception. Why do I see things that way? And so I just sort of figured, I'm going to write down some areas of my life that I don't feel like I'm enjoying. And then I wrote down, why am I not enjoying those things? Why do I struggle with that? So the main 4 things I wrote down is living where I live here in Wichita. And it's okay, why don't I enjoy living here? Well, last summer I spent the whole 4 months in Yosemite National Park in California, and the nature there was mind-blowing, right? There's like no nature here for me. I'm bored with this place. The nearest cool nature is like 7 hours away. So I go from where nature's right out my tent to Wichita, which is just it's boring to me. I'm just done with this place. All right, so then sold my house, bought a house with my girlfriend, and I don't like it. I don't want to spend all this time and energy on a house. I did it. I did kind of fix up a house, and I didn't want to spend my time and energy on that. Once again, when I spent the summer in Yosemite, it took me 5, 10 minutes to clean up my space, and I could just go live life. And so it just feels like a pain in the ass. It does. It feels like there's constant messes around the house, right? Um, I can't stand when things are out of place or there's clutter. I can't. There's no counter space. And then the last thing is, why don't I like my job? What is it about my job? Um, some of it's so many things I've never done before, so I'm constantly uncomfortable. And then things change so much, and I just find myself I don't want to do these things. Um, right after I wrote down why I don't like these things, I started realizing it's just how I feel about it, how I see it. It's my perception. And so I'm like, wow, okay, so I get to have days where everything's fine. Next day, life hasn't changed, but my view on things has changed, right? So I decided I'm going to write down what does perception mean. A couple definitions I found were the ability to see, hear, or become aware of something through senses, and a way of regarding, understanding, or interpreting something, a mental impression. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at these things, either I'm comparing or I'm just not what I want, maybe selfish, and how I'm interpreting it is in a way that's not joyful. So it really kind of made me look at how do I find a way to view these things differently. So it just kind of gave me some kind of some action items. It gave me some, I don't know, maybe some hope. The fact that okay, my life isn't bad. I just see it in a negative nature. So maybe there's some solutions. So a couple things I looked up to on how to change my perception is, identifying negative patterns of thinking, practicing gratitude, maybe surround myself with positive influences, which going to AA meetings, I get that. Focus on personal growth. And I'm doing that. I'm doing those things. And so I'm going to keep working on this, trying to figure out why do I see these things in this way. Obviously, I go to counseling, so I'm going to work on that. And I guess it's hopeful because maybe I've got, okay, here's identifying the problem, possibly, and maybe some possible solutions. So anyway, that's just kind of my hope for the day. And I just want to encourage you to maybe look at your perception on things. Maybe you have negative patterns of thinking. Do you have a hard time being grateful for things? I think human nature is to maybe complain and want more. I don't know. Kind of my belief. But anyway, I hope you have a good day. Hope your week is going well. And thank you for watching. And we'll be back again tomorrow.